Hello. Yo, Toba. Let's stream again. Hello, YouTube. I bought a Dr. Pepper at a hardware store. And I've got a pepperoni and corn pizza. Yeah, and it's big. It's a big pizza. But it's pepperoni and corn. See, pepperoni and corn. Mmm. 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 On the 3-layered cheese pizza. Mmm. 3-layered cheese crust, so. Mmm. Corn and pepperoni pizza. Best pizza I've had. Best pizza toppings. I didn't think corn would go well on a pizza, but it does. Mmm. Mmm. Anyone watching? May eat this delicious corn and pepperoni pizza. Mmm. Right, so today I went to Takoyaki. I did stop in at the Major League Baseball cafe in Tokyo, and I got car vinyls, decals, and bumper sticker for my car. When I was at the little shopping center that I had in Tokyo Dome, I bought a SoftBank City, so SoftBank Hawks, Japanese baseball shirt. Oh my god. Oh, excuse me. That tastes like cherries, like it's supposed to. Um, Tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. And Sunday, we're staying back because we got to watch Yaka, no, not Yaka, Superhero Time, Kamen Rider and Sentai, Power Rangers, which what's tomorrow night, and Pokemon on Sunday. So take day off on Sunday. On tomorrow, I'm not 100% sure yet, but we may or may not go to the Kirby Cafe in Skytree. Oh, Alan, you missed me eating pepperoni and corn pizza on a 3-layer cheese base crust, sorry, and drinking Dr. Pepper. So anyway, I went, you also missed me talking about Tokyo Dome and how I went to Tokyo Dome today. And I went on a roller coaster, the Thunder Dolphin or Dolphin Thunder. No, it's a Thunder Dolphin. And literally, it kind of does. It tastes more like a cherry. But I went on the Thunder Dolphin, which is a roller coaster, and it went so fast that I was literally lifting out of the seat. I was sitting in the seat and I was lifting up. Like literally lifting up out of the seat. Because of how fast it was going. And in the picture that they took, my entire face was like my cheeks were really fat, wider than they are now. I was like, let me off, let me off, let me off, let me off. You know how the episode where Marge is where you find out that Marge is afraid of um flying, and she sits on the plane, and as it goes off, she says, "Let me off, let 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 me off." I was like, "Let me down, let me down, let me down," because I am totally afraid of roller coasters. But the more I go on roller coasters, the less I'll be afraid. And it also helped me with my fear of heights. Hi there, John. Mm. John asks, did you wet your pants? No, but I felt like it. After I got off, as I was going, I was like, I literally just went, and I literally felt like I blacked out. Like I literally felt like blacking out, but I didn't. And yeah, feel like I should have. I feel like I did, but I didn't. I don't do roller coasters. That's one thing I don't do. Okay, so I went. So John asks, "What did the staff in the area think of you?" Well, the staff were fine because I was very quiet. No, I was very quiet, and as we're going up, it went fast up the hill, up the part, and it was going a little bit faster than normal, than what it normally should. So that when it went down, the lift speed was really fast. So when you went down, it was like, and I was like, oh shit. And I was like, get me off, get me off, get me off. And then the guy who was sitting in the first car, because I was in the second car, he turned around to look at me during the ride. I'm like, don't look around at me. But the staff were fine with me. Alan asks, what gave you the power to ride one? Because oh, excuse me. I was well, as you probably already know, I was forced onto a roller coaster when I was in grade 8 or 9 out Dreamworld on the Gold Coast. And I haven't been on one since, except for Universal Studios when I went on a Snoopy roller coaster thing that went super fast indoors. And I'm like, I may as well go on the roller coasters. I mean, they're there. And I don't like roller coasters myself, but I don't want to give up riding roller coasters. And I know the more that I do it, the more roller coasters I get on, the more I'll be used to riding roller coasters. Oh, excuse me. First, I went on the big parachute thing. It's like it goes up fast and it just drops. Like a free fall, but you're standing. But yeah, you've got to try roller coasters. I mean, you can't let your fear overtake you. You've got to conquer it. And if you don't conquer your fears, they're gonna take over. And I looked around because the one that I was gonna go on took off before I got on it. Let me finish and then I'll tell you. And as I was going on it, it went straight past, lining up. So then I waited for it to next cart, which was fine, and it just took off. And then I was waiting, looking around to see how fast it was going. Get back into port, into the station. And people get on, and it's like it wasn't that fast. And then when I went on, I'm like, oh no, this is a bad decision. I can't back out of it now, but oh my god. And it was fun. Alan asks, did you see any Sentai or Kamen Rider there? No, I didn't see any. Although there was a Sentai land, Super Sentai Land, I didn't go to it because it was closed. But I do have advertisements of the Wushu, the Kishu Sentai Wusu Ultra live show that's happening at the end of the month, which I feel like I should go to. Just to experience it. John asks, many babies there. Well, depends. I mean, there were children there, but babies, not really. They had a little arcade inside Tokyo Dome, and it was a not Pokemon, Taiko no Tatsujin, Drummond Taiko no Tatsujin, arcade machine. It was a 10th anniversary one. It had doubles theme and Ghost Sages theme on it because I haven't updated it. I also went on the big Ferris wheel at Tokyo Dome, and that was all the rides I went on. I went to, before I entered, there was this little Sega arcade outside Tokyo Dome, which I went to, and I got to play. If anyone remembers the PlayStation 2, yeah. If anyone remembers the PlayStation 2 iToy camera with the iToy games where it took you a picture of you, not a picture, but it was like a camera and it took all your actions and stuff like that. I did go and do a Kamen Rider arcade game that's exactly like that. I have a photo in my bag because it took a photo of you as well. But yeah. I'll answer your question in a second, John. As I said earlier in the video, on the stream, I went to the MLB cafe in the Tokyo Dome and got some decals for my car for New York Yankees. I didn't have any Mets. I didn't have any Mets decals for the cars, and I got a bumper sticker for the New York Yankees. And I also went and got to the SoftBank Hawks shirt for the Tokyo Dome City shopping center they had. Now, John asks, Japan is famous for its porn. Jenny asks, have you been to a porn store? Last time I was in Japan, I ended up going to a porn store, like an 18 restricted, so an 18 plus restricted section of a store that had like an anime girl with titties out, with like the boobs showing. This time, while I was in, they're both in Akihabara, but this time when I went to Akihabara, I ended up walking into the store, and there was an 18 plus section, and in the elevator they had pictures of the females, like literal female porn stars, with tits out, with their boobs out. So yes, I've been to a porn store. Definitely didn't buy anything, but I've been to a porn store. Mm, 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 mm. It was quite fun going, um, being in Akihabara. That was the first thing I did. On the first day I was in Japan, I went to Akihabara. As my tradition, because last time I was in Japan, I went to Akihabara on the first day. And so this time I went to Akihabara on the first day as well. I might be going back to Akihabara at the end of the month to pick up Dead or Alive 6, I believe it says, or Extreme. And have a look around at the games. But that'll be in the week before I go back to Australia. Hmm. I literally enjoy the arcades in Japan. Definitely enjoy the arcade in Japan. That's where most of my money goes. I'm not kidding. There's this machine at Tokyo Dome in the outside a candy store. No, no, I can't. Outside a candy store, and I bought 2,000 yen. Sorry, let me say that again. I put 2,000 yen in the machine. It was one of those claw machines where you pick up the paper and you try to put it and you put it down and it knocks out paper into a little tray. I got like 50 or 100 different pieces. Two seconds. And let me just finish what I was saying. I went to the claw machine. You pick up the paper and it drops it, and you pick up and anything it drops, you pick it up and you're meant to read it. And it tells you if you won anything or lost on that thing. Got about 100 different freaking ones out of the machine. And I lost on every single one of them. John asks, can you vouch me a lullaby? No. Legend asks, how do you get your money to go away so much, if you don't mind me asking? I don't mind you asking, but it is a bit personal. But I'll tell you. I don't have a job. Unless you count YouTube as a job, but I'm not getting paid from my YouTube videos, so I don't have a job. And secondly, I'm getting a disability support pension, even though that doesn't cover my holiday funding, because that's more used for my bills. My father, my father helps me out with the expenses on my holidays a lot, and also, like, he helped with some of the expenditures on this holiday. And secondly, when my mother died back in 2017 from cancer, she had life insurance or life, whatever it was, and my father split that between me and my two sisters, so that was 10,000 for me and 10,000 for my 10,000 to each of us, and my father kept the rest of it. And I put 5,000 away back then, and I've been keep saving money up since I was on a disability pension back in 2014, and I've been saving money since I've joined that. So I do have a lot of money, not a lot of money, but I do have the money to help to go. My 3 holidays last year, one to Japan, one to one to Hawaii, and my one to Vancouver, all spontaneous. They're literally all spontaneous. And plus, I book when everything is cheap so that I save money. And now that I'm in Perth, a capital city that has an international airport, unlike Townsville, which I had to fly to Brisbane, I can go overseas cheaper. Well, sort of cheaper. So that's how I can afford to go overseas. It's about budgeting and saving. Alan says you have two sisters. Yes. My oldest is 17 years older than me, so she's 39. And I believe my second oldest sister is 15 years older than me. They're both married. They both have children. My oldest sister got married, had two children. She had to get divorced from her first husband, but now she's with someone else. And he's got about a few children. My second oldest sister married in 2014. She got she has 3 kids and one that passed away at birth. The other one, my oldest sister has 2 girls, and my second oldest sister has 1 girl, 2 boys, and 1 boy that passed away at birth. And yes, big age gap. My oldest sister was born in 1980. Probably shouldn't say that, but yeah. And I believe my second oldest sister was 1982. But yeah, there is a big age gap. And little known fact, I was actually born on Easter Sunday in 1997. Oh, excuse me. But then again, there's nothing wrong with um, having older siblings with that much age gap because they like to buy gifts. So, your brother is 22 years old. Oh, excuse me. Um, and here's the thing. My, oh, I'm not going to answer that, John. My oldest niece was born in 2003. My oldest nephew was born in 2002. So technically, my oldest niece is 7 years younger than me. Hmm. If you wanted to know. John asks, find any nice girls there? Where? Oh, in Japan. No. No, really, I'm not. I'm not being rude or anything, but I am not into Japanese people sexually. No, no, no. Oh, excuse me. Um, I do. Yeah. Um, Here's a little bit of interesting information about me. Oh, sorry, just itchy. As I was growing up, because. Sorry. Well, I got double chin. If I go like this, I got double chin. So that's not what I was gonna say, but yeah, take a drink every time I say but. If you know the reference, you're old. Um, and have a good taste in TV. um, yeah, as I was growing up, going to school, I didn't have a lot of friends. And deep down, I always wanted, I young, like a brother, like a, sorry, let me rephrase that. As I was, let me just, let me just say this all again. As I was going through school when I was younger, I didn't have a lot of friends. So I always wanted like someone around my age that I could hang out with and do stuff. Deep down, I never mentioned this to anyone, but deep down, I always wanted a like a, yeah, like a younger brother, so I could hang out with them. I mean, by the time I was born, my father was already in his 40s. Wait, I'm telling. Yeah, he was in his 40s, and my mother was in her late 30s. So technically, it wouldn't have been possible. I mean, it was lucky they had me with all the implications that were occurring during my birth and all that. So I'm very lucky. Um, but take a drink. Um, yeah. Then when I went into grade 4, I started having friends. For instance, I had a female because I was sitting down and there was this female in class, or girl in class that wanted to be my friend. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. And so we became best friends to the point, and until she was army. Her father was in the army, so they had to move before term 4. Oh, yeah, term 4, and basically they left. So then I had no friends. So I went around asking people so some more people became my friends, and then we didn't hit off in grade 5. So I started a new group of friends in grade 5, didn't hit off. Um, More than grade 5, because one of them moved schools in grade 6. In grade, yeah, but at the end of grade 5, I started a friendship with someone who moved into the school, and they're still my friend to this day. They live in Perth, by the way, now. Um, but yeah, and then through grade 7, I didn't really have any friends. My friend from grade 5 was in my grade 6 class after being moved around from his class. Grade 7. I had basically no friends again. Everyone was turning against me. Actually, no. Grade 7 wasn't when everyone turned against me, so um grade 7 still had my friend from grade 5. He was my friend until we moved around grade 11. And then we didn't communicate, and then we communicated again when we were closer to when I moved over to Perth. My in grade 8, I had a few more friends, but I was getting into hormonal season, which usually lasts between grade 7, which is 12 years old, to grade 12. So I went, but I pushed people away. As quickly as I made friends, I pushed them away. And then one of my videos on my old channel, my very first YouTube channel, that I had in 2010, went viral in grade 10, but doesn't matter. In grade 9, I started trying to make friends, and then people were like, no, you can't be my friend, and all that sort of stuff, and basically I was being left out. And in grade 10, a video of me went viral. One of my YouTube channels, on my old YouTube channel, my very first one, went viral. And I deleted it. But the channel still went viral. And the entire school. And so everyone started teasing me about my videos. And nobody was being respectful about it. I mean, there's some people who were being my friends in grade 10. I mean, my friend in grade 7, he moved in grade 10, came back, and then moved again in grade 11. Excuse me. And basically, I ended up almost being punched by a kid in grade 10 because I was trying to be friends with one of his friends, and he was one who started spreading around my channel as well. And basically, almost tried to punch me until a teacher got involved. And then I ended up I was bullied all the way through high school. I'll let you know in a second. Of course, there's actually about 2 different videos that went viral. I and then I got basically withdrawn from school. So I had 2 videos that went viral. I'll tell you about it later. After I finish talking. Yeah. I where was I? Yeah, and I was teased all the way through high school. So I kept at the same school all the way through my life. High school, sorry. Except for another thing that we'll talk about in a second. And then, because I had no friends, the videos that went viral were one, if anyone knows the Peanut Butter Jelly Time song, the band, the Buckwheat Boys, who did Peanut Butter Jelly Time, did another song, Ice Cream and Cake and Cake. I saw some videos of of it on YouTube, and I decided to record myself dancing to it. And people were trying to make fun of me because of that. And secondly, something I really don't want to admit, but because this could come back to bite me on the ass, but there's another suggestible video. It's not sexual or anything, that went viral, and it's like a fetish video, but it ended up going viral, and the entire school was showing it, even in classes and all that, and all the grade 10 people knew about it, and people who were in lower grades knew about it. So basically, everyone in the school knew about it. It went viral, and I was being teased for it. And so I didn't have any friends because people were teasing me about that. I went to, yeah, they are. I went to in grade 11, I was basically a good kid all year. No issues whatsoever at school. I mean, the year was changing. It was basically, you got to select all your subjects, and people in those subjects were actually interested in being in those subjects. So it's not like, so it's not like they were forced to be in the class. Except for one class I had, which was both the university pathway and the technical college or work pathway subject. It's technically both. And this kid gave me hell in the class. Even the teacher wouldn't even shut the fuck up in the entire thing. It was like he was there because he had to be there, because there was no other option for him. He left the class, the school, came back and joined the exact same class again, and it was like, what an idiot. It's more annoying than anything. But in grade 11, basically a lot of things that happened in my previous years were gone. Because people left to go to like TAFE and all that sort of stuff. And then in grade 12, I tried to make another friend. But this time the kid denied me. And, well, you could classify this as being illegal in a sense, but stupid fucking stream. I went to try to be his friend, and he kept denying me and all that. We had to, okay, we had a class together. Yeah, the class together. And I wanted to be friends with him. He kept denying me, so I was like, okay. And I ended up, I kept messaging him, just asking if he wanted to be my friend and all that, and it was got to a point where it was a bit stalkerish, and my school was cracking down on social media abuse within the school. This was outside school time, by the way, because it didn't have a phone or any way of using social media at school. Well, I technically did, but I didn't use it. Couldn't access Facebook. And apparently I was stalking him on Facebook and being harassing him. So they got me suspended from school for 20 days. This isn't my first suspension. In grade 10 I got suspended for similar things. And then in grade, sorry. And then I tried calling him using Skype to see if he would be my friend using 1-800-reverse. And of course they sent a welfare check around to me. And I ended up getting expelled on the Monday after I got suspended. I ended up having to move to another school. Once I moved to that school, everything was fine, except for the fact that the teachers had it against me, to the point where I actually got expelled from that school as well. They only had it against me because of my previous record. And I got expelled, was able to complete grade 12, so I graduated grade 12, and then in grade, but because of the calling, it was classified as misuse of telecommunications, so I had to go to jail, watch house, which was only there for an hour, got out on bail, went to court, and the judge basically laughed at the police for arresting me because I had enough change in my life as it was, so I didn't go to jail or anything, and everything was fine. So I ended up staying at this new school, and I got a friend in this. Yeah, because apparently I only called on the one day. Here's the thing: I only called one day for about a few hours, but it was only like 12 times, in my sense. But according to the police, it was like hundreds of times. I'm like, wasn't, and they kept coming back saying, "You called again at midnight. You called again. You called again." Oh, excuse me. And I never called after that one day, but I still got in trouble for it, for calling more than what I did. The mother of the person had it out against me, so yeah, she probably made up some falsified information. She wanted me to. My mother went around to her place to talk to her, sort things out, and she basically said she wanted everything from me. The police said she couldn't sue me for everything we had, because yeah. So we moved house, I moved schools, and yeah, that's how I ended up like this. I had depression throughout school as well, so it was pretty bad. Um, in grade... Yeah, so when I moved to the new school, I got on to someone else. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. I got a friend. He was in grade 8, but he was a year older than everyone else. And basically, he was my friend. We hung out quite a lot. And then in 2015, so when I came back to school after my 20-day suspension, I did. I gotten couldn't talk to him at school, so I invited him over to sleep over and all that. And then in 2014, when I graduated from high school, grade 12, basically I had the time between November 21st, 2014 to, I think it was late February, early March, when I started university. And basically, I screwed up that friendship because I basically screwed up my friendship with him. And I'm not happy with saying this, but I was depressed. Because I'd be back to having no friends and all that, and basically he was like a brother to me in a sense. And when he left, so he stopped being my friend, I got to a point where I was basically cyber stalking in a sense, and all that sort of stuff. Basically, I was depressed and I was trying to get revenge. Because if he couldn't be my friend, no one else could be. Yada yada yada. It was all stupid at the time. It got to the point where I was going to jail. Well, sorry. It got to the point where his mother had to call my mom and basically say that I was stalking, I was a pedophile, I was all this sort of stuff, which I wasn't. And it got to the point where she was basically saying shit about me that wasn't true. So I got over him, and then in 2016 I started YouTube, and here I am today. I did gain a friend in 2016 from YouTube, and he's still my friend to this day. But yeah, I had a real shit childhood. Little fact, I actually got suspended in primary school in grade 3 because this kid was bullying me, and I got suspended for it because I was bullying him back. It got to a point where I was basically terrified and had knives under my bed, according to my mother. According to my mother, I had knives under my bed because I was frightened of him. And I got suspended, so I had to move schools. And everything. The principal at that school was a bitch. Um, But yeah, I had a real shit childhood. So basically, I grew up technically as an only child because one of my sisters was kicked out of the house at 15. She moved out on her own, and yeah, but she's still part of the family, and she's changed a lot recently since my mother's died. Um, in 2016, so my sister moved out not long after. Then she moved, but my older sister's been around with me, with the family, basically ever since we moved to Townsville back in 2000. Um, and she's been like a second mother to me, if you know what I mean. Um, because I have a really strong relationship with her. My second sister, I don't have a strong relationship with. Um, my yeah. Well, I've basically grown up in a sense of being an only child because I didn't have any siblings that lived with me constantly. They're all older and they were older than me. By the time I was in school, my older sister had a job. My second oldest sister, was already out of the house and mm, living on her own and all that. Basically, I grew up as an only child. I mean, I got everything I wanted as a child, pretty much. But, yeah, I just didn't have friends. So basically, I've never got to experience a lot of things a lot of other people would have experienced. I mean, when I was in like grade 1 and 2, I had friends. But then let's say he was Aboriginal, because I believe he was Aboriginal. His mother made up a rumor that my mother was an alcoholic, and he stopped being my friend. My I did have another friend, but we stopped being friends when I moved schools. And basically, I mean, I got to experience friends coming over for playdates and teenage sleepovers, but other than that, no, I haven't got to experience like sleepovers as kids and all that sort of stuff. I haven't got to experience a lot of things when I was growing up that a lot of other kids would have got to experience. But in all fairness, I got to experience a lot of things, grow up a lot sooner, and experience things that other people haven't experienced, like going to jail. Well, I shouldn't really say that, but technically. Having a parent die. Yeah, make up for lost time now. That's what I'm trying to do. But growing up, I got to experience and had to grow up a lot quicker than most people my age would have had to. Firstly, my mother had triple bypass when I was in grade 1 or 2. I had to have surgery when I was younger because I got third-degree burns from when I went fishing. I was outside and it was overnight, and I got third-degree burns on me, so I had to have skin removed. I've had to be in and out of hospital quite a lot because my nose was bleeding a lot. I've had to fly to Brisbane a lot to visit specialists. I've had to experience my father having PTSD. I had to experience my mother having cancer. This is all before I was. Yeah, this is all before I was 20. Because I turned 20 in 2017, so this is all before I turned 20. I had to experience being accused. So I had to experience going to jail. I had to experience depression. Because I have been through depression. I've also had to experience a lot of other things. Including losing my grandparents when I was very young. And I also had to look after my mother and father, my mum and dad, because of their medical conditions. I had to make sure that, they're okay to look after themselves, but I had to take an extra step just in case anything happened, that I could be there in case anything happened. And I basically had to go through all this on my own. The only people I had for support through this were my parents and my oldest sister. And basically, I've never really had time on my own as myself or with friends. And when I did go over to back in 2014 to my friend's house for a sleepover, basically I was very shut off because I was shy about it. So, yeah, I I missed out on being. I had a childhood, but I missed out on a lot of experiences that most other people would have had, which is sad. And basically, in 20, sorry, and basically, since my sister moved out of the house into her own place with her new husband last year, my older sister, I should say, she, I was basically there looking after my father. He can look after himself now, he's back to normal, but yeah, he's 62 this year. Yeah, 62 this year. and I was basically there for him since Mum passed away. But my sister's still living in town for at least, so she pops around quite regularly to check up on him. And I contact him basically every night just to check up on him. And yeah. But but I had to experience a lot before I even became 20 years old. Even though my mum passed not long after I had turned 20, it's still a lot to have gone through in my first 20 years alive. And people say, oh, sorry. And people say, oh, you're 22 years old. Life hasn't hit you yet. Well, it has. And it hit me hard. And in 2017, when I went to Melbourne, that was my first holiday alone. And it did me the world of good. And since then, I've been to Sydney in 2017 on my own, Japan on my own, Hawaii on my own, Vancouver on my own. And since being in Vancouver last year, I went and looked at moving out, being independent, being on my own, so I could live my own life for once and be myself like I should be. So I moved to was looking at going to New Zealand, then decided to go to Perth because it was cheaper. And basically I'm now living on my own, which has done me the world of good. And now I'm in Japan, having a holiday. So my life has been pretty hard, and there is one saying that I always like to say. Yeah, I like to travel. I love traveling. So let me just load this. I do have it written down somewhere. I have a few different sayings. Let me just would it be in my I can't find it more. Is that it? Oh, here we go. I think I found it. Oh, no, 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 no. Can't find it. Let me just see if it's on my, if I can pull it up. Well, here's another one that I like to say as well. It's not the one I was talking about, but it's you don't know someone's story. So, don't judge a book by its cover. If you look at someone, you are not, you can't judge someone by have a look. For instance, like a story. Look at the first Harry Potter book story. Cover. It's a boy with a scar on his head with glasses standing in front of a train. You might think he's a homeless person looking to get on the train. But until you read the book, you won't find out that he's actually a wizard. Just like me. You can see me and look at me and say, oh, he's only 22, he hasn't been through a lot. But until you actually know me, you don't know what I've been through. I think this might be it. Why does Facebook ask for your blood type? It's like, yeah, I'm going to tell you my blood type. Here we go. Let me just move this out of the way. Here's the quote. There's two quotes here. Here we go. I'll read the second one first. We do have a lot in common. The same earth, the same air, the same sky. Maybe if we started looking at what's the same instead of what's different, well, who knows? It is from the... It wasn't Pokemon the first movie. It was from I think it's the Mewtwo Strikes Back movie, but it's said by Meowth. Then the second one, or the first one, I should say. The humans sacrifice themselves to save the Pokemon. I pitted them against each other, but not until they set aside the differences did I see the true power they all share deep inside. I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are. That was said by Mewtwo in the first Pokemon movie. They are very powerful quotes. And ones I do live by. It's basically saying no matter what you who you are, it's how you act is who you are. Doesn't matter what you look like, we're all the same. And it's true. He is. So it was Mewtwo Returns, not Mewtwo Strikes Back. Mewtwo Strikes Back was the first movie, my bad. Sorry about that. My when I went to here's a little thing. When I went to Melbourne in 2017, I went I was having a shower, I went for 5 days, and I was having a bath in 20 so I was having a bath one night towards the end and I was like, I really enjoyed being here on my own. So I went back and asked if we could move down to Melbourne. And my father said no. I was like, okay. So I was looking at getting a passport, and that's how I ended up in Japan last year. Yeah. But like shot. Yeah. I really enjoy traveling. Too bad I cannot now. I cannot legally. Well, technically I can travel, but because I'm on a disability support pension, you only get 28 days allowance to be outside of the country and get paid still. So technically, I cannot travel until March 2020 outside of Australia, which is fine because I wanted to travel outside Australia later this year, but I can't if I'm going back to Townsville for Christmas. So maybe we can look at going to the Gold Coast. For New Year's Eve or something. I don't know. I don't know anymore. Life's been a fucking bitch to me. Oh, excuse me. Mm. But take a shot. Um, yeah. I really would like to. My ultimate goal in life now. Okay, I'll end up the stream in about in a in a few minutes. I'll just finish what I was going to say. My ultimate goal in life now. I mean, ever since I was young, I've always wanted to go to the US. I finally did last year in September when I went to Hawaii. When I went to Hawaii, but ultimately, I'd love to move over to the US so that I can. Okay, Alan. I'd love to move to the US. Ultimately, I'd love to move to the US and live there. But ultimately, I can't. Because. Oh, excuse me. You all know what happens. At this point in time, anyway. Alan asks, what's the reason you love the US so much? I honestly have no idea. I just always have had a fascination with the US and wanting to live over there. Or even visit the US. Ever since I was like really young, I've wanted to go to the US. I do remember at one point wanting to be a international student, like an exchange student with the US, because I could go and watch Cartoon Network and get new shows early and all that sort of stuff. But ultimately, I don't know why I have a fascination with the US. I just want to go and live over there. When I was coming back from Vancouver, when I was in the LA, when I was in LAX, I felt like visiting Illinois. Now there's absolutely nothing in Illinois. Absolutely nothing. But out of nowhere, I said I was thinking about traveling to Illinois. So deep down, I want to travel or probably move to Illinois at some point. But I have no idea why. I am so really interested in the US. I mean, I've been to the US. I've seen Hawaii. But I still want to go over and experience all of the US. But I don't know. But yeah. Just the other day, if before I was going to Japan, probably I shouldn't say this. I was thinking about moving over to Japan, but then thinking about it, I basically couldn't. And now I really don't want to because, yeah, after getting lost in Osaka, it's not really my thing. But I wish I could. Travel to I could move overseas. I want to live overseas. I know that sounds stupid, but I want to. And I'd like to do it in the US. Before going to deciding to go to New Zealand, before I decided to go to Perth, I looked at going to the US to live. Couldn't do it because I'm not can't get a green card yet. Looked at going to Canada to live. Couldn't. They wouldn't allow me. Because I don't have enough. Not enough. Because I can't get a nationality thing over there. And thirdly, I just was thinking about New Zealand because you can live over there indefinitely without needing a visa or anything. So then I saw Perth was really cheap and I wanted to stay in the country, so yeah. But I might move to New Zealand. This isn't if in a few years, like next year or year after or something like that. I just have to check. Um, yeah. I'm base. Brrr, brrr. Sorry about that. I'll be basically living in Perth until at least March next year. Hey! I just realized I couldn't. Probably not. But anyway, have a look. And yeah. So basically, yeah. We had a shit life and I finally got my shit together this year. Yeah, plenty of time. Except for the fact that no, I guess we still. Yeah, I guess we still could meet. But yeah. Oh, I should probably get to sleep soon. Um, yeah, basically, I'm gonna be living in Perth until March at the earliest. I might renew my lease on my new property. Hopefully, I do. Otherwise, I'm gonna be stuck in limbo. One thing is, I'm currently not getting paid because I am overseas and I've used my 28 days of disability support pension overseas travel limit, which is fucked because everything I've been doing is my bucket list. Literally everything I've been doing is on my bucket list. One other place I'd love to visit is London. I'd love to visit London and I'd like to visit New York and LA. They're my three locations. Bucket list. The list of things you want to do before you die is a bucket list. And I'm looking at clearing out my bucket list before I settle down, get married, have kids, and before I die. Hence why I'm back in Japan this month to finish off what I didn't get done last time I was in Japan. So I won't be visiting Japan again for quite a while because I have everything done before. Because I have everything done that I wanted to do in Japan. Mostly. I say mostly. But we'll have everything done. Which I'll enjoy. Because, yeah. My next big holiday which should be... Okay, Alan. Bye. My next big holiday next year, at this point in time, might be E3 next year. But, I don't know. But I better end off the stream and head off to bed because it's midnight. And, yeah. I'll be streaming tomorrow night, Alan. So I see you all in the next stream, which will most likely be tomorrow. Bye!